Hi, today I'm going to walk you through consolidating sales tax after a Sage migration. So the first step I like to do is just click on taxes. That'll bring me to my sales tax screen. I will right click and duplicate this tab. Once I've done that, I will go back to the sales tax tab, click on accounting here on the left, and that'll bring up my chart of accounts. Then I'll type in GST or HST, whatever the accounts were named in Sage. That's what I'll type in. This will bring up your GST charged on sales and GST paid on purchases to the top of the list, and we'll be able to consolidate it. So the goal is to take the amounts that are in the GST charged on sales account 2450 and the GST paid on purchases 2470. Consolidate these amounts into the GST HST payable account, which is the single account in QBO that tracks sales tax. So the first thing I'll do is I will actually determine which period I'm trying to consolidate the sales tax for. So if I'm trying to consolidate, in this case, I'm trying to consolidate the amounts into the October to December quarterly report. So as you can see here, the dates for the filing are from January 1st, 2018 to March. I can simply change that by going to Edit GST, Edit Settings, and then choosing October as the start of the period. Once I've done that, you'll see that the dates change here. Now I'll click on Prepare Return. Once I'm in the return, the goal is to, by using adjustments, adjust the amounts that are in the accounts 2450 and 2470 and move them into the sales tax here. So first thing I'll do is I'll go back to my chart of accounts and I'll take the GST charged on sales, click on the account history. I'll go in and check the date. And again, the date is December 20th, 2017. The current balance in the account is the 150570. So I will actually copy the 150570. I will go back to the sales tax screen and I will use the adjust feature on line 103. So the date, I'm going to put it into the date at the end of the period. You could actually conceivably choose the 20th if you wanted to, but simply putting it at the end of the period should be good enough as well. The tax rate, this is not really relevant, but if you want to choose it, you can do so. The GST HST payable account is the sales tax account, which you can't change anyway. The adjustment account is where it's important here. So I'll choose the 2450 GST charged on sales account. In the adjustment amount, I'll plug in the 150570 and I will put in a memo consolidating sales tax. There we go. So this has the effect of moving the balance of the 150570 from the 2450 account into the GST HST payable account in QBO, and at the same time adjusting the line item, line 103, to reflect the amount of GST collected or collectible. Once that's done, I'll come back here, click back to chart of accounts, and you'll notice that the balance is now 0 in that account. And now I'll move on to the next one. So I'll click on the account history. The ending balance at December 8th is 4,502. So I can do that. I'll click on that, come back in here, move down to line 106, adjust. Again, you can choose December 8th if you want to, and choose the HST ITCs. In this case, it was account 2470, and obviously this may differ in your, but you choose the correct account, GST page on purchases. Press that, consolidating sales tax accounts. There we go, and I will save that. And then you'll see that amount is now reflected in line 106. If I go back to my account history, back to my chart of accounts, you'll notice that the accounts are both at 0. And now everything has been consolidated into the single GST HST payable account, and I'm ready to make my filing. If I have no more transactions to enter, I would be ready to file my tax return, my sales tax return. Now, sometimes you have to do this across multiple periods, so it is possible you would have to do the period July, August, September, as well as the period October, November, December, in which case you would have gone into the account history and you would just simply repeat the steps twice. So in this case, I would have scrolled down to, there's normally a balance column here. that would show you the balance. And normally, and then you would simply scroll down to the uh, September 30th, find the balance and do the same steps, but at September 30th. Then you would come back and find the ending balance in the current period, December, and do the same steps again. So you'd simply repeat the 2 steps, but at the end of each period to consolidate multiple periods. So now, once that's done, these accounts, these GST, HST accounts are now redundant, and I simply delete them just as a tidy up measure and just so no one uses them accidentally. So I'll simply delete that account. It is a soft delete, which means that if you ever want to reference any transactions in that account, you can simply click on the gear, click include inactive, and you'll see that that account reappears up here. And then you could simply make it active again, and you would be able to go into the transactions in that account. So I delete this one as well. Installment payment accounts are not necessary as well. So we really want to use the single GST HST payable account and the suspense account in QuickBooks Online to manage sales tax. It's the best way. Now, you may want to add an account number or rename the account slightly. The best, and well, the only way you can actually do this is from this screen. Click on the little pencil right here, and then you can simply add your number and rename the account if you will, and then click on save. And you'll see that it's saved the accounts now in your chart of accounts. Now, you could simply file your filing. You would choose the filing date, make sure your periods are correct, choose the whatever filing date that may be, sometime in January perhaps. Make sure your numbers are correct, and they should be essentially, because they're a reflection of exactly what was in Sage. You then enter transactions if necessary, and then prior to filing your return, simply print it from here, print it to PDF, print it to your printer, whatever you like, and then mark the return as filed. So that's how you consolidate sales tax after a Sage migration. Thank you.